diabetes. This is the most common one, type 2 diabetes. Now, what is type 2 diabetes? The body does not produce enough insulin for proper function. That is type 2 diabetes. The body does not produce enough insulin for proper function, or the cells in the body do not react to insulin. Yes, it's possible the cell in the body, your cells in the blood will not respond, to insulin. We call it insulin resistance. So if it happens that way, then the person is bound to develop what? Type 2 diabetes. Okay, so the body produces insulin, but it is not enough. All the cells in the body do not react to insulin production. They don't react to it, so they are insulin resistant. Approximately 90%, as I've said earlier, of all cases of diabetes worldwide are type 2. 90%, you can see the number is very high, 90%. Okay, so some people may be able to control their type 2 diabetes symptoms by losing weight, following a healthy diet, doing plenty of exercise, and monitoring their blood glucose level. Yes, some people may be able to control it. Okay, now, however, type 2 diabetes is typically a progressive disease. Did you get that? It's a progressive disease. As I said earlier, it develops gradually. You may have diabetes, but you may not know it because it has not started showing, but you have it there. So by then you go for a test, and we are going to talk about how to test if you have a diabetes, if you have diabetes or not. So, but what I want you to know is that this type 2 diabetes is typically a progressive disease. It gradually gets worse. So that's why you need to check yourself, and the patient will probably end up having to take insulin, usually in tablet form. As I said earlier, it is treatable. So usually you take this insulin in tablet or form as a supplement. There are supplements that contain insulin, and when you take it, it stabilizes your blood, so that it gets rid of the diabetes. Okay, so as I said earlier, you need to visit our website, which is written in this video. I've mentioned it before, www.livingrightz360.com, so that you look and you see some supplements that that contain insulin that you can take to stabilize your blood or to eradicate the diabetes that you are suffering from. Okay, overweight and obese people have a much higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those with a healthy body weight. Okay, so if you are overweight, you are obese, there's a big risk to develop this type of disease. Okay, people with a lot of visceral fats, known as central obesity, that's belly fat, you have belly fat or abdominal, obesity, are especially at risk. So check yourself. If you have, belly fat, you have abdominal, obesity, your stomach is big, okay, then you're at risk of having this type 2 diabetes. Being overweight or obese causes the body to release chemicals that can destabilize the body's cardiovascular and metabolic system. So check your weight. Okay. Being overweight, physically inactive, and eating wrong food contributes to our risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Okay. It's not only being overweight. If you eat the wrong food, it can contribute to the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. If you are physically inactive, you don't do exercise, it can also, make you to face the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Drinking just one can of non-diet soda per day can raise risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 22%. This is what the researchers from the Imperial College London reported in a journal called Diabetologia. Okay, they reported that drinking just 1 can of non-diet soda per day can raise our risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 22%. So, find what you drink. Use soda water drink that is not diet. Just drinking 1 can a day, you face the risk of what? Developing type 2 diabetes by 22%. So check it out, okay? Now, the scientists believe that the impact of sugary soft drink on diabetes risk may be direct one. Okay, the scientists, they believe that the impact of sugary soft drinks on diabetes risk may be what? A direct one, rather than simply an influence on body weight. I used to say that if you drink sugary thing, it exposes you to what? To diabetes, rather than what? Gaining a body weight. Yeah, that's the meaning of that. So, if you take sugary things, you're exposing yourself to what? Diabetes, okay? The risk of developing type 2 diabetes is also greater as we get older. You see that? As we get older, the risk of developing this type 2 diabetes is what? Is at risk, okay? The risk of developing diabetes gets older. You are at risk when you are getting older, okay? So experts are not completely sure why, but they say that as we age, we tend to put on weight and become less physically active. So if you are not physically active, you are not eating the right food, then you are exposing yourself to what? Diabetes. So as you get older, you become physically unactive, okay, and then there's a possibility of you to put on more weight. So then you are exposing yourself to diabetes. Those with a close relative who had type 2 diabetes, people of Middle Eastern, African, or South Asian descent also have a higher risk of developing the disease. Don't misunderstand me, diabetes is everywhere. But the Middle Eastern, the African, the South Asian descent, they have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Men whose testosterone levels are low have been found to have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Okay? Men with a low testosterone. I will talk about that in a subsequent video. Testosterone for men who have a low testosterone, you have the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Okay? Researchers from the University of Edinburgh, Scotland, say that low testosterone levels are linked to insulin resistance. Okay? When your cells in your blood are now resistant to insulin, it means that for men, you have a low level of testosterone. So it can make your cells in your body to be resistant to insulin. Okay, so that is type 2 diabetes. Then the last one which I want to talk about is gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes. What is gestational diabetes? As I said earlier, this type affects female during pregnancy. Okay, it affects female during pregnancy. Some women have very high level of glucose in their blood. Okay, when they are pregnant, and their bodies are not able to produce enough insulin to transport all of this glucose into their cells. So resulting in progressively rising level of glucose. So during pregnancy for females, that's why when you are pregnant, you mind what you eat. You don't eat anything you see, because during this period, there's a high level of glucose in your blood, and your body are unable to produce enough insulin to take this glucose into the cells. So thereby you are now having a high level of glucose in your blood. So then it leads to to gestational diabetes. diagnosis of gestational diabetes may during what? Pregnancy. The majority of the gestational diabetes patients can control their diabetes with exercise and diet. So that's why when you are pregnant, you need to do what? Exercise and eat what? Right. Okay? Eat right. Between 10% to 20% of them will need to take some kind of blood glucose controlling medication. When you are pregnant, you need to take what? Somewhat blood glucose controlling what? Medication, so that you will not face the risk of what? Gestational diabetes. Okay? Undiagnosed or uncontrolled gestational diabetes can raise the risk of complications during childbirth. Okay? It can raise the risk of what? The risk of complication when you want to give birth. It may be that the baby will be bigger than he or she what should be. So you have that complication because you did not control it while you were what? You don't control yourself while you are pregnant. So that's why you need to take some medications, some insulin or glucose controlling what? Medications. To make sure that you don't have what? Complications during what? Childbirth. Okay? Scientists from the National Institute of Health and Harvard University found that women whose diet before becoming pregnant were high in animal fat. Listen to me. Women that eat, always animal fat, okay, and cholesterol had a higher risk of gestational diabetes. So that's what scientists find out. Scientists from the National Institute of Health and Harvard University, they found out that women whose diet before becoming pregnant were high in animal fat and cholesterol had a higher risk of gestational diabetes compared to their counterparts whose diet were low in cholesterol and animal fats. So when you are pregnant, your food should not be high in animal fat, and also your food should not be high in cholesterol. So if you eat food that is high in animal fat and cholesterol before pregnancy, then by the time you become pregnant, you will get what we call gestational diabetes. Okay. So finally, before I end this video, because of my time, let me really talk about what we call pre-diabetes. What is pre-diabetes? That is before you get diabetes. Before you become diabetic, we call it pre-diabetes. So the vast majority of patients with type 2 diabetes initially have pre-diabetes, but many of them are not aware. Okay, so vast majority of people, they have this pre-diabetes before they become diabetic. Their blood glucose level were higher than normal, but they did not know. But not high enough to merit a diabetes diagnosis. So you can be diabetic, yet you don't know. That we call pre-diabetes. So that means that your blood glucose level is higher than normal, but it is not high enough to merit a diabetes diagnosis. The cells in the body are becoming resistant to insulin. Pre-diabetes. The cells in your body are becoming resistant to insulin. Studies have indicated that even at the pre-diabetes stage, some damage to the circulatory system and the heart may already have occurred. You see that? So that is why you need to test yourself whether you are diabetic or not. And also you need to take medication supplements that will make sure that the insulin in your body is normal, so that it can control your glucose in your blood. Is very important. Very, very important. Diabetes is a metabolism disorder. Diabetes is a metabolic disorder. Okay? It's a metabolic disorder. So finally, before I end this video, let me quickly talk about how diabetes is a metabolic disorder. Diabetes or diabetes mellitus is classified as a metabolism disorder. What is metabolism? Metabolism refers to the way our bodies use digested food for energy and growth. That is metabolism. Most of what we eat is broken down into glucose. When you eat food, that food is broken down into glucose. Most of our food is broken down into what? Glucose, okay? So the glucose is a form of sugar in the blood. Okay, the glucose is a form of sugar in the blood. It is the principal source of fuel for our body use. The body uses this glucose for what? For what? For energy, okay? So when our body is digested, when our food is digested, the glucose makes its way into our bloodstream. When you eat, the food is digested. What follows is that the glucose or the sugar in the food finds its way straight into our bloodstream. Now, when it gets to the bloodstream, our cells uses glucose for energy and growth. The cells in your blood uses what? Glucose for what? Energy and growth. But, however, glucose cannot enter into our cell without insulin being present. That is where the problem lies. There must be what? An insulin or insulin to take this glucose into the cell. You kind of magnet it and transport it into the cell so that the cells can use it for what? For energy and for building up of other cells. So glucose cannot enter our cell without insulin being present. Insulin makes it possible for our cells to take in the glucose. Insulin is a hormone, as I said earlier, that is produced by the pancreas. After eating, the pancreas automatically releases an adequate quantity of insulin to move the glucose present in our blood into the cells. Okay? As soon as glucose enters the blood, the cell blood, glucose level drop. It normalizes. Okay? So when you eat, the glucose is being released to your blood. Immediately, the organ pancreas in your body produces insulin that will take this glucose into your cells so that there's a normalcy in your blood. So the glucose in your blood then what? Normalize. But when the pancreas makes this insulin and the cells are resistant to it, or when the pancreas does not produce enough of this insulin, then there's a problem. That's where you develop what? Diabetes, okay? So a person with diabetes has a condition in which the quantity of glucose in the blood is too elevated, which you call hyperglycemia. It's too high, okay? The quantity of glucose in the blood is too high. This is because the body either does not produce enough insulin, produces no insulin, or has cells that do not respond properly to the insulin the pancreas produces, as I've explained earlier. Okay, so this results in too much glucose building up in the blood. Too much glucose, too much sugar building up what? In the blood. This excess blood glucose eventually passes out of the body in urine. That's why you see that diabetic patients, when they urinate, their urine contains what? A lot of sugar. And when they urinate, you see that ants can gather around that urine, to show that there's enough or a lot of sugar in that urine. So it's another sign of what? Diabetes. So even though the blood has plenty of glucose, the cells are not getting it for their essential energy and growth requirement. So that is the problem. And so the person developed diabetes. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much for listening. I've not finished this topic. I still have a lot of things to talk about concerning diabetes. I'm going to tell you in our next video, I'm going to tell you how to determine whether you have diabetes, or whether you have pre-diabetes, or whether you don't have any of them. And then I'm also going to talk about why is it called diabetes mellitus? Why is it called diabetes mellitus? And so I'm going to talk about also how to control diabetes, the treatments that you need to get in order to treat this diabetes, and also complication linked to badly controlled diabetes. There are some complications which you need to know about that is linked to badly controlled diabetes. So in our next video, I'm going to talk about this, and also I'm still going to talk about the statistics of diabetes, and also some facts and myths about diabetes. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to this video so that you can get our next video, our subsequent videos, okay? Because you need to know this and take care of your body, take care of your health is very important. So don't forget to subscribe to this video and visit our website www.livingraght360.com. Thank you so much and thanks for watching and have a nice day.